this Independence Day, we want to give you a little bit of history now about the nation's second and third presidents, two of our founding fathers. Their relationship was complicated and their arguments are well known, but what's not as well known is their friendship. ABC's John Donvan has this American snapshot.
A curious coincidence about this document whose date we celebrate. Two of those who signed it, Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, they died on the very same day, and that day was the 4th of July, 1826. A fact that might have infuriated the older of the two, John Adams. So often in his lifetime, he was overshadowed by Jefferson, who was 7 years younger. Jefferson, who gets the monument in Washington. Jefferson, who gets his face on our money. But Adams hoped to beat Jefferson at something. Although older, he wanted to outlive Tom Jefferson.
He said it many times. A strange ambition, but theirs was a complicated relationship that began in friendship, evolved into rivalry, and by the time Adams was elected president and moved into the White House, was pretty much dead, which was awkward considering that his vice president was Thomas Jefferson.
If you can believe it, Jefferson went back to Monticello, where he organized the opposition to, of all things, his own president.
So deep was the rift that they never spoke again. But go to the stacks of the Library of Congress, and the story has one more chapter.
All these blue boxes are the Jefferson papers.
They never spoke again, but they began to write to each other, encouraged by a mutual friend. And it is all, as curator Jim Hudson showed me, in their original hand. Adams was the first to write.
This is the letter that got them started up again.
That's right. And it's an interesting letter because
January 1st, 1812.
And back and forth it went, Massachusetts to Virginia, two old men, rediscovering friendship by letters that traveled on horseback, thoughts on philosophy and politics, and the passing of loved ones, Jefferson on the death of Adams' wife.
To ascend, in essence, to an ecstatic meeting with the friends we have loved and lost, and whom we shall still love and never lose again. God bless you and support you under your heavy affliction.
Boy, the man could write, huh?
Yeah.
At one point, Adams's hand was so trembling that he could barely write. Jefferson responded in kind and said, "When I write to you, I feel like I'm holding off the cruelties of the winter of age."
So even his signature shows
it's just, he can't.
His weakness.
Oh, yeah.
And Jefferson, too, he wrote of old age.
The rapid decline of my strength during the last winter has made me hope sometimes that I see the land, which means he wishes he would die.
The final letters, Adams came in April, Jefferson's in June, and when Adams died, he assumed that Jefferson had bested him once again.
Adams was dying, and he opened his eyes at one point, and he said his final words, "Jefferson lives."
Well, Adams was wrong. Though Jefferson died on the very same day, he went 2 hours before Adams, so Adams got his wish, but had no way of knowing back when the news came by mail. For Good Morning America, I'm John Donvan in Washington.